Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? I'm just taking this trailer over here. The cultivator is there, lined up and ready for cultivating that field. Yesterday, for those of you who chose not to stay, I did go around and I found all of the all of the golden nuggets, and we've had our reward. As you can see up in the top corner, we now have $1 million. I have the beans from the field that we did last week, the field 14. No, not field 14. Just take a look here. Field 12. We finished off field 12. I've got all the beans from that one, and we're going to take the beans out of the silo. We're going to go and sell those. Before I do that, my weekly question. Now, we have all this money, so I'm actually going to, one of the first things that we're going to do today is that we are going to run off to the shop, and we're going to return our Valtra Cow Edition T-Series, and we're going to buy the T-Series so that we don't actually have the expense going out anymore. So that's going to be $170,000. I'm not going to buy the small stayer because that one, I think it's that one there that we've got, that we use the row crops with. I will keep that one on hire for now, and later on I will I'll use row crops on the Valtra later on, but also I did say, because we had our previous question, I'm going to be buying up a telehandler, aren't I? So that is on the list of things to buy. We're going to be buying the Manitou telehandler. But until then, what we're going to do is... Where are we? There, these two here. My weekly question, do you want me to get the Field Viper or the Field Python? Now, this one is 384 horsepower. This one is 492 horsepower. I will actually be upgrading them further than that. This one actually goes up to about, I think it's $375,000. This one goes up to about $500,000. So it's very, very expensive. It's a lot more powerful, it's true. It's a 600 horsepower tractor once you upgrade it. This one here ends up being about 450 horsepower. So we've got some serious horsepower under both bonnets. So the question is, do you want me to get the Field Viper or do you want me to get the Field Python? Head into the comment section and tell me why you want to vote for the one you're voting for. There'll be a card up here that you can click on and vote with, and I think that's everything. There was nothing else I needed to say about that. Yeah, see, just keep in mind, I know a lot of you really like me to go for the most powerful machines, but that one's $500,000 and we're already spending $170,000 on the Valtra. So that is going to eat up a huge chunk of our money. So yeah, it might be worth just, exercising a bit of economy. But anyway, it's your vote, it's your game. Head into the comment section, tell us all why you're voting, and we will do whatever you ask for. Now then, if I put... I'm just going to put the 14 in here. Actually, no. If I back up a bit... Can I do it? Oh, so close. Hang on. I'm sure I can do this. I only need to back a little bit round. Can I get in there? Not particularly realistic, but it is just catching it. There we go. I wanted to put the whole lot into one trailer so that we get the maximum amount. And I've got the time scale wrong. I'll just change out. Right, 5 times speed, back to normal. The reason that I changed that to the 1 time speed was for our video yesterday. It's a very long video, it ended up being. Now, we want to see where can we sell. And... we got no beans left here. Gomez Ridge Acres is $1,600 a ton at the moment, which is pretty good, I would say. We don't have any other animals apart from the sheep on this map, and I'm not really intending to at the moment, so we should be okay with that. Gomez Ridge Acres is nowhere near the shop anyway. So let's get on over to the shop. We can return this tractor, and we won't have that big... That's probably the most expensive item that we've got, is this tractor, because it charges on an hourly basis. We're being charged every hour that we have it. So if we can own our tractors and just lease everything else, we'll be doing all right. I have been talking previously about buying a combine as well, purely for when we're actually harvesting. It would make it a bit more profitable for doing the harvest. I will go in cab for a minute. We can go out of cab and admire the trailers when we get back up to the top. But yeah, I don't know if we will be getting the combine just yet, because obviously we've got we're sort of limited on the amount of money that we do have. We've got $1 million, and $1 million does sound really good, but it doesn't actually go very far when you start spending it on tractors and combines, because we want to buy fields as well. We need to get field 1. That is something that I definitely have to get, and I have a few other bits and pieces I want to get as well. I wouldn't mind getting some more land a bit closer to home, although if we take a look at the map, I was thinking like 19, 16, maybe 24, head down that way, but if we're getting field 1, really sort of heading up there, we're looking at field 11 near the sheep, and field 6 would probably be better choices, because it's all strung out in a line then, and it sort of easier access, I think, getting up to all of those fields. And then I would say 2, 3, 4, 7 and 8 are also serious contenders for purchasing, so we'll have a think about that. We want to be heading in this way. Now, I'm not quite sure up here where we actually supposed to go off the road, because look, you've got a track here, but where is the actual track off of this road? There's no track here, and if you actually didn't like cut across a corner or anything, I know I'm parked right in the middle of the road, I shouldn't be. We're just gonna have to go across the grass here, but it does seem a bit unusual that you don't actually have a track to get onto to come up here to Gomez Ridge Acres, especially if you were delivering with a lorry. You'd think that there would be at least some sort of track there. So let's just zoom out so that we could admire these trailers. We'll come round. There we go. I really like watching road trains. There's something strangely hypnotic about watching road trains. The longer they are, the better. My time-lapse series, you probably noticed, was it this week just gone? No, last week's, not Sunday's episode, the week before. I actually had a... well, I had 4 trailers all in a row, and it was actually really, really cool. I was really enjoying doing that. Now then, we just come up to here. Let me just look. No, not there. Right, how much are we going to get for these? $1,606 per ton, ideal. So it's actually going to go down as soon as we sold this first trailer full. This is why I stuck all of it in this one. It would have been better if we had a bigger trailer. Just one trailer that was, instead of these 2 separate trailers, it would be much better if we were to return both of these and get one bigger trailer, especially when it comes to selling things. It's actually much more profitable to do it that way, because if you have a look now, it's now gone to 15,570. It's not a huge drop, but it is a drop. So we'll just sell that as well. And so we had 33,700 and another 17,300. So that's actually $51,000. $51,000 for our beans. And we didn't actually grow very many, did we? Now, something that I have been given, someone has very, very generously set up a really good trial for what crop is the best yield. But I mean the most profitable yield. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I'm really pleased with it, and it's going to be, I'm not going to release it as any part of the normal Let's Play series or any of the time-lapse series. It's going to be a bonus video that I'm going to produce sometime this week. I don't know when, just be an extra one for the channel. I'm really looking forward to being able to release it, because it will sort of clarify once and for all. I have seen other data on it, some people have run some very extensive tests on this now. See, we got nowhere that we can come out, have we? We're just going to have to go straight over the curb. Don't really like doing, but we can live with that. Now then, do I return these 2 trailers? Obviously we'd be leasing if we're going to get a replacement. Now those 2, they are 21,000 each. And so if we go a bit bigger, it's 31.40, so that's double. It's nearly double the price. Right, that one's 45, so that's actually, it's an agro liner, the same as the other one. It's $56,000. It takes everything. It's actually a bit bigger than those 2 trailers combined that we've got. We're looking at dollies if we go beyond that, and then I've got some modded ones. I don't want to, we've got the cramped big body, that's 46,900. That crone is just a silage trailer. That one requires a dolly, so I don't want that one. That one's 47,000, and that one's 45,000. Doesn't give a recommended horsepower to pull the trailer. I mean, you can sort of figure it out, I guess. So do we want a Joskin trailer, or do we want to go for another agro liner? I think we're going to go for an agro liner. We're going to lease that one. That's 6,000 initial lease, but then it's 560 per day. Operating hour, I'm assuming that's when it's hitched into a running tractor, not just when it's got stuff in it. Not quite sure. Anyway, we'll lease that one. It's $6,000 US. And so we can return both of these aggro liners. I'm just going to drop the weight right down here a second. Lower that one down there. And unhitch. Come back round. And now we're going to return these 3. And then we will buy our Valtra Cow Edition tractor. Our very own Cow Edition. Now, if I just come across like that, should be okay. I'll switch it off. Run back over here. And, right, what do we got? Oh, I own that one, of course. We bought one, didn't we? Actually, yes, we will sell it. Okay. And I don't think we owned anything else, did we? No, that's a return. Okay. And that one there is also a return. Okay, so our leasing costs are going to go up slightly because we're now leasing that one, but I mean we did get 20,000 returned on that trailer that we owned, which I think is quite good. We didn't really, I mean, yes, we have been using another tractor to pull it around, and we're not going to really be able to use anything other than this one. Now, I mean, we'll have the either the Python or the Viper, and both of those will be able to handle the new trailer without any trouble at all. So anyway, Cow Series. And I want the biggest engine, which is that one. That gives us an extra $20,000, but it's an extra 40 horsepower, so it's 250 horsepower tractor. We'll start with the standard, and then we can use our garage back home. I'm not going to get a front loader attachment on this one because we're buying the Manitou at some point. And we will stay with the standard rim color. Right, everything else is perfect. 190,000. Excellent. Right. I don't think we are ever going to see $1 million on this series ever again. I'd like to, but, you know, probably won't. But what this does mean, now that we've got this tractor, and we're not leasing it, our leasing costs are going to go down significantly. Because the amount of money that we were spending, I mean, you have a look right now. We've got... I'll just take a look here. 8,500 per operating hour. It was costing us a fortune. The only other thing we've got is the combine, and at the moment we've got the Sampo Rosenlu. That's costing us 6,200 per hour. Now, I was thinking of buying something a bit bigger, possibly... which one was I looking at? I surely couldn't have been looking at that one. That's $385,000. That one's 200. Maybe I was going to go for the case. I'm not quite sure, but... 14,000 per operating hour, which is a fortune, but it is $250,000 to buy. So at the moment we'll stick with the combine we've got until such time as we do need to upgrade. I haven't ruled out buying a combine. I was initially talking about buying a combine. This trailer is huge. It is monstrously huge. It really is. Let's back in a bit. There we go. And it's got these bits down here. If you see, there's the white piece there going into the hitch, and that actually goes back through. I don't know how well you can see it, but it joins into these axles. That's what it comes back through, and that's what causes the axle to turn as U-turn. You see that? So it makes it turn a lot sharper. Significantly better when it's turning a corner. And that's what those little white bars are for. Right, we're going to go back over to the farm now, and we've got work to get on with. I'm just parking our brand new, enormous, great big trailer right beside the, well, in the middle of the yard, beside the garage there. And this one I'm going to go and hitch into the cultivator so that we can start cultivating this field. What I would also like to do is go and spread a bit of fertilizer up on field 1. Now, tomorrow's episode, I am hoping... and I can't guarantee this yet. I will have to. I will have to find out a few things first. But I am hoping. Hang on, let me just start this one up. We'll set the hired help doing it, rather than us doing it. There we go. Right. I'm going to come out of cab to look at this. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to just let that one carry on, and he can cultivate in our own. It's a very own tractor. We own our own tractor. This is fantastic. He's going to carry on, and we are going to head up to the top because what I would like to do is harvest these for you tomorrow. This one is already it's ready to go. Field 6, that needs the tops removed. So that one was sugar beet. I think it was. Yeah, that one was sugar beet, and then field 1 was potatoes. If we do another job there, I would like to time-lapse both of those for your episode tomorrow, which is the last episode before Christmas that we do on this map. And then we got the 3 on Sosnovka. I've been talking about doing this for quite a while, so that could very well be tomorrow's episode. Now, I can't guarantee it. I'm going to try and do this from in-cab, although I really don't like the in-cab view when you're driving the pickup, because it looks distorted. It looks far less realistic, to my mind, doing this from in the cab than it is actually doing it from out of the cab. It's just the distortion that we've got. But we will try it. For the purists among you, I am hoping that this will keep you slightly happy just for a while. Let's come on round here. And, I want to have the... drifting. I'll keep the map up so that you can see where we're going. We're going to head on up there, and I'd like to do a fertilizing job on field 1. I won't be time-lapsing that one, we'll just do that one today. And then, hopefully, tomorrow, we'll have finished doing some cultivating. I'm going to cultivate all of the other fields, the other 2 fields as well, back at the farm. We'll do 14 and 15, so we've got the bit that we've ploughed around field 14. And the rest of it is in grass at the moment. I'm not going to bother mowing that. I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm just going to cultivate it all in, and we're going to grow a different crop. And I'm thinking that we'll probably do wheat or barley. I'll have a look at the 2 prices, because selling the straw as well does mean that you can, you get a bit of money from selling the straw as well as selling the actual crop. So I'll I think we've got a load of wheat. I think it's wheat that we already own. So in which case we'll do some more wheat and sort of increase everything that we've got there. So we've got the sugar beet is all ready to go on our left, on our right rather. Not our left, our right. And the potatoes, if we can... I'm not sure how much time we've got left. It should be fairly soon. Right, let's go bombing up through here. Should be fairly soon that it does change, so we should be able to do that one, and I'll time-lapse it for you. I'm just going to park up just up here. There we go. And, right. Now, let's just take a look. And so we've done, I think we need one more to be halfway for keeping him happy. 14.5 minutes. Oh no, 14 minutes 55, so nearly 15 minutes. We'll do it a lot quicker than that. We're going to be using a Case Magnum. We're going to set up the GPS, and we'll use that to do this job. Is it Breedle or Bredle? I think it's Breedle. I want to say Breedle. Bredle doesn't feel right. I could be saying it completely wrong. Could be Bredal. That's the thing, you're never quite sure if you've got the pronunciation right on these things. Now then, I'm going to zoom out a little bit like this, and fire up the GPS. So I'm just keeping my finger on the control button, so I'm not sure if it's lagging it for you at all. At the moment, if you have a look at the lines there, it's up here, look, it's got slight offset. That's because the tractor has just turned ever so slightly, and it's a bit sensitive to that. So we're going to work width there. I'm going to reduce that just a bit, like that. And then we'll move this one all the way over there. I will do it all completely automatically, so it'll go to the end and it will turn. The auto turn, now this bit here, increases the distance back, and I found if you set this to about 9 meters, it works really well. It's also extremely sensitive, so we go 8.7 meters. That should, I'm hoping, work for us. I'll turn that one off. I'm going to leave the lines on so that you can see where we're going. And see what's happening with it, and start that one up, and we're away. Right, you can't see, if I zoom right out and look down, you can just kind of make out the dark patch where it's spreading the fertilizer. If I do it like that, now I don't know at the moment, obviously, because I'm not editing it right now, and I don't find this out until afterwards, but I have found, you know when you get like the blocky textures come up, in part, that is down to YouTube. When I look at my videos before I upload them, 99% of my videos now do not have any of those blocky textures up. That's called compression artifacts. 99% of my videos have no compression artifacts in them whatsoever. It's absolutely clean, and I work very hard to make sure they're absolutely clean. Unfortunately, now this is why we set that number to 9 meters, because it turns before the headland and covers everything in fertilizer quite nicely, and just keep on going. So now that we've seen the first turn, let's just zoom down a little bit. I'm hoping that this will actually, if we have had any compression artifacts coming up, I'm hoping this is a bit better. I noticed the other day that the potato stubble on the ground seems to be the worst, because it's such a high contrast, the light and dark texture. Like that seems to cause it more than anything else. There's not a lot I can do about that other than try to limit the amount that is in the frame, so I have to sort of change the angles that I'm working at so that you don't see it quite so much, and then just kind of hope and pray, because obviously I don't see it until after the episode is recorded. I'm getting quite technical with today's episode, sort of explaining about this. It's something I feel quite strongly about. I really hate releasing a video that is going to spoil your viewing pleasure, and I feel that compression artifacts are really unsightly and they don't look good, so I really work hard to try to reduce those wherever I can, and it really bugs me when I get them. But because of the way YouTube works, I can have an absolutely perfect video. The quality of a video when it's uploaded onto YouTube, it does deteriorate, and that is completely out of our control. We got no control over that whatsoever, unfortunately. And so a perfect video when viewed at home on my PC will degrade slightly when being played back through YouTube. And we're hoping that one day YouTube will be able to update, and there'll be advances in technology that will enable us to have perfect videos played back. And unfortunately, it's not entirely YouTube's fault, because this data has got to be streamed through the internet. There's only a set bit rate that they can use. It gets very complicated, but just suffice to say that they do work hard. I'm not having a bash at YouTube here by any means. They work hard to try to maximize the quality of the videos, and I try to make sure that they are maximized here on my end as well. And in the last 3 months, I have had one video that has had compression artifacts on my finished video, and that was the one that I released just it was actually yesterday's time-lapse, where I spent most of the day in Field 5, the monstrous great big field over there. Back and forth, I was doing slurry spreading, combining, cultivating, ploughing. I did all sorts in that field, and I was quite pleased with it. But I did a little bit down near the farm, down the bottom. You see our farm in the middle, down on Field 23. I did some down there, and that's where those compression artifacts came up. And I really didn't like that. That really spoiled it for me. But it was only that little bit there. The rest of my video was absolutely clean and crystal clear, so I'm hoping that for the most part it was for you on YouTube as well. So anyway, tomorrow I am hoping that we can harvest this Field 1 here, and we can harvest Field 6. I will of course time-lapse them. Field 6 is most likely going to be tractor-mounted machinery because it's a smaller field, and then Field 1 will move into this one. I'm hoping that this would actually be a potato harvester. This is a monster field in here. It will of course mean a bit of extra money for us to go into the kitty so that we can hopefully buy this field, because this field isn't cheap on its own, is it? So, I mean, we're nearly finished now. I'll tell you what, I'm going to let this one finish this field, and when we get near to the end, I will come back to you so that we can see how much money we get for it. But this is the plan. We're going to be up here tomorrow as well, doing some harvesting, and you'll get some time-lapse because I know you all love it. Right, that should just about be it. The last tiny little bit. We got most of this field in. I know that you do leave a little tiny bit every now and then on the turn. Right, that has got us another just under $8,000. Pretty much bang on 8,000, really, I suppose we could say. And right, no mission available at the moment. This one is currently nominal value of 375,000. And we're about 10% reduction, so I think we're looking at about $350,000 to get this one. We should get a good amount for harvesting the field. I'm not quite sure how much we're going to get. I'm going to go over now, and we're just going to take a quick look at the other one so that we can see what our estimated price is going to be. I'll do a little bit of work between now and the next episode over in the fields back at the yard, but we're probably not going to go back to the yard Tomorrow we're probably just going to be up here. And by the time you see those fields again, I will have cultivated all 3 of them. And let's just zoom over here. Right, I'll pull in off the side, stop right here so that I'm out of the way, and run up and take a look. I'm going to guess that they would pay us around about $30,000 to do this field, going on the current prices. 14? Ah, that's because he's offering us the actual sugar beet harvester. I'm wondering if we go back through, are we going to get the option to use the tractor mounted one? No, 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 no. Okay. That's not going to happen. So that's 14,000. But if we're using a sugar beet harvester, it does mean it'll be quite a bit quicker. So we can definitely get into that one. So even if we got to speed up time a little bit so that we can get to it, I will harvest both of these fields tomorrow. That can be your little early Christmas present for you. My question for this week. Do you want me to buy... Hang on. I really want to use that one. I'm not going to use that one in this series, but fear not. I will be using that tractor at some point. I might get it in the time-lapse. I'm not quite sure yet. I will get through all of these tractors. I've had people saying, oh, you haven't used so-and-so. Don't worry. They normally release a new episode, a new version of this every 2 years. We've got 2 years to get through everything, and I am going to get through everything. I will use all of these machines. They are fantastic. So, do you want me to buy the Field Viper, the 384 horsepower tractor, or do you want me to buy the Field Python, the 492 horsepower tractor? Now, these are the Caterpillar tracked Challenger tractors. They look fantastic. They really do, especially with the artwork on the special edition ones. Both of them look fantastic. They are brilliant tractors. I really like them. Just keep in mind that because of the limited funds that we've got with buying the field and other things, it might be better if we went for that one, because we will still, with the engine upgrade, we will still end up with a 450 horsepower tractor. I don't think we're going to need anything bigger than 450 horsepower. But, you know, if you really want to, then go for that one. It is, after all, your vote. It's your game. Make sure that you voted up here, mousing over in the top corner, and let us know in the comment section what you would like to, why you would like it. And I'll tell you what, actually, I haven't given a topic of discussion. I didn't give any topic of discussion yesterday, and some people, I've noticed that a few of you do actually like me giving a topic of discussion. So today's topic of discussion, I'll tell you what, is Caterpillar tracks versus wheels. Advantages and disadvantages. What do you personally prefer? It's a bit of an unusual question, but we are going for an unusual tractor here. You don't normally see these tractors around, certainly not in my part of the country, or my part of the world. I know that there are places where they're used a lot. So advantages, disadvantages. What do you like to see? Do you think they look peculiar? Do you like the, just generally talk about Caterpillar tracks on tractors versus wheels on tractors. So there's your topic of the day. If you've enjoyed this episode, please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.